Theme parks are made for fun and thrill, but sometimes those thrills turn into real-life nightmares. Today, we'll look at some shocking ride disasters you won't believe actually happened. Number 1. Tsunami ride horror. Imagine being stuck 60 feet in the air for 8 long hours. That's exactly what happened on Scotland's Tsunami ride in 2011. What was once a thrilling roller coaster turned into a nightmare when it suddenly broke down, leaving riders dangling helplessly until emergency crews rescued them with ropes. Fear spread through the park as families waited below, hoping their loved ones would make it out safely. The incident was terrifying, but sadly, it was only the beginning. Fast forward to 2016, and tragedy struck again when the Tsunami ride derailed at nearly 40 miles per hour, crashing 30 feet and injuring children and adults. Investigations revealed shocking failures, poorly welded axles, and unsafe inspections. The park was fined heavily, the inspector was banned, and the ride was permanently removed. What was once a fan favorite became a chilling reminder that even the most thrilling rides can hide deadly risks. Number 2. Vortex, close call. Picture this. You're spinning high in the sky on the Vortex ride, screaming with joy when suddenly a large chunk of foam comes flying off above your head. In 2018 at Thorpe Park, that terrifying moment became reality. The falling piece missed riders by just inches, leaving everyone below frozen in shock. Screams of excitement quickly turned into gasps of fear as staff rushed to shut the ride down before anything worse happened. Luckily, no one was hurt, and inspectors later found the foam had come from a broken seat that wasn't even in use. After quick checks, the ride reopened, but for many, the memory lingered. This near miss was a powerful reminder of how thin the line is between thrill and danger. One small failure could have turned a day of fun into a disaster that no one would ever forget. Number 3. Human trebuchet tragedy. What if someone offered to launch you 100 feet across the sky with a medieval catapult? In the 1990s, England's Dangerous Sports Club gave thrill seekers exactly that with their bizarre human trebuchet. Adventurers were strapped in and hurled toward a net across a Somerset field. Some landed safely, but others suffered serious injuries, broken bones, fractures, and terrifying impacts that proved just how risky this stunt really was. The danger reached its peak in 2002 when a student named Kostadin Jankov was launched but missed the net entirely, losing his life instantly. That heartbreaking accident finally forced the attraction to close forever. What started as a daring idea ended in tragedy, showing how far people will go in the name of thrill and how deadly it can become when fun crosses into reckless risk. Number 4. Smiler's tragic collision. Imagine riding the world's most twisted roller coaster with 14 loops only to crash head-on into another car. That's what happened in 2015 at Alton Towers in England on the Smiler. Riders screamed as their car slammed into a stalled test vehicle, the impact crushing the front row. Rescue teams worked for hours as trapped passengers endured unbearable pain. What began as a thrill ride instantly turned into one of the darkest days in theme park history. 2 young women tragically lost their legs, while others suffered lifelong injuries. Investigators later revealed the ride had shown faults earlier in the day, but staff ignored warnings and kept it running. Merlin Group, the park's parent company, paid millions in compensation. Shockingly, the ride reopened just 9 months later, but many still question whether its safety was ever truly guaranteed. The Smiler went from record-breaking fame to a symbol of human error and tragedy. Number 5. Adler Flug controversy. Now imagine a ride meant to look like soaring eagles, but instead it sparked outrage. In 2019, Germany's Tasmania theme park unveiled Adler Flug, a spinning eagle ride. From afar, however, the ride's design carried an eerie resemblance to banned hate symbols. Visitors were horrified, and soon the controversy exploded across the country. What was supposed to be a fun family attraction became a lightning rod for criticism, forcing the park into a public relations nightmare. The owner, Rudiger Braun, apologized, saying the resemblance was never intentional. But the backlash was fierce, and changes had to be made quickly. 2 arms from each eagle were removed so the ride no longer echoed the offensive shape. While this quieted some of the outrage, the damage was done. Adler Flug became a reminder that even design choices in theme parks can stir up painful history and ignite backlash when sensitivity is ignored. Number 6. Perilous plunge tragedy. Imagine climbing 115 feet, then plunging straight into water at terrifying speed. That was the thrill of Knott's Berry Farm's Perilous Plunge in California, opened in 2000. Riders only had a lap bar and seatbelt to hold them in, and it wasn't enough. In 2001, a 300-pound rider slipped from her restraints during the drop, falling over 100 feet to her death. The shocking tragedy stunned visitors and exposed serious flaws in the ride's safety system. When the boat returned to the station, her restraints were still locked, confusing everyone. Investigators discovered the seatbelt was too short, forcing her to wear it incorrectly across her legs, which led to her falling free. After lawsuits, the ride was redesigned with stronger 4-point restraints, but its reputation never recovered. What was once marketed as a daring water thrill became forever tied to a devastating accident and a lesson about overlooked safety standards, and a lesson about overlooked safety. Number 7. OPA coaster malfunction? What if a fun-looking family roller coaster suddenly threw you off? In 2014 at Mount Olympus theme park in Wisconsin, that's exactly what happened. Anthony Tyson was enjoying the OPA coaster with his grandchildren when his lap bar failed. As the coaster sped into a sharp turn, he was violently thrown 17 feet to the concrete below. The fall was like hitting the ground from a 1.5-story building, and the crowd watched in horror. Anthony survived but was placed in a medically induced coma for a month as doctors fought to save him. Investigations later proved the lap bar had completely failed, showing just how fragile the ride's safety system was. The OPA coaster was shut down permanently, ending its run as a so-called family-friendly ride. Today, the brightly colored track stands as a grim memory of how a joyful design can mask dangerous flaw. Number 8. Fujin Raijin 2 disaster. Imagine standing up on a roller coaster flying at 70 miles per hour. That was the thrill of Japan's Fujin Raijin 2 at Explo. For 15 years, this unique ride carried screaming passengers without a major issue. But in 2007, the thrill turned fatal. A wheel axle on the second car snapped, tipping the car sideways as the train barreled along the track. It scraped into a guardrail before screeching to a halt, leaving chaos behind. A young woman tragically lost her life, and 19 others were badly injured. The investigation revealed the ride's axles had not been replaced or inspected in 15 years, a shocking safety oversight. Fujin Raijin 2 was shut down permanently, and Expoland itself never recovered. By 2015, the entire park closed, its reputation destroyed. And the accident became one of Japanese most infamous roller coaster disasters, all caused by neglect hidden beneath years of fun. Number 9. Dueling Dragons accident. Now picture two massive roller coasters racing straight at each other, swooping past within inches. That was the thrill of Dueling Dragons, which opened at Universal Studios Orlando in 1999. Riders loved the adrenaline rush as the train simulated a fiery dragon battle. In 2011, it was rebranded as Dragon Challenge inside the wizarding world of Harry Potter. But soon after, excitement turned to tragedy when a rider was struck in the face by a flying object during a loop. The impact was devastating. He lost an eye. Universal immediately changed the ride so the two trains no longer raced at the same time, but the magic was gone. The slower, staggered launch removed the danger, but also the thrill that made it famous. By 2017, Dragon Challenge closed permanently, ending the legendary Dueling Dragons. What started as one of the park's most exciting rides ended as a haunting reminder of risk and loss. Thrills are exciting, but safety should always come first. Which of these disasters shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.